about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now Foles. And he finds Montgomery complete. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Foles. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 40. 12 yards there and a first down.
First down, Bears.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
The tackle by Jelani.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Lions' 34-yard line.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Here's Foles. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
First and goal.
That one goes for 30 yards. They'll run with Montgomery. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Cole Kmet with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Eddie Pinheiro, the kickoff for Chicago.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He's back to throw here to start the drive. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And now the first NFL carry for the former Georgia star, DeAndre Swift. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
he got popped as he was throwing it. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Bears take over
at their own 31-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. And they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. 13. The throw over the middle taken in. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
19 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The end result, 21 yards.
First down.
Always thought Allen Robinson was a high flyer from his days at Penn State, and none of that has changed with the Chicago Bears. If you throw the ball out to the perimeter, if it's a 50-50 ball, more times than not, he's going to come down with it. And some say he was the victim of some subpar quarterback play last year. He didn't let that bother him at all. Stud 98 catches.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Danny Trevathan there to bring him down.
Johnson, the ball carrier.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was doing.
A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
At the 18.
That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
The man is Komet, the tight end. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Pickup of 6.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Looking to throw. He's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Bears 7, Lions nothing.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. Montgomery, they'll run for it. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. So the decision to go for it turns out to be a good one. They get a couple of yards, and as a result, the drive keeps moving. It's now 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Touchdown.
Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Bears will extend their lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
1st and 10.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down, Swift. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Made by Robert Quinn. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
That's good.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They run out of the gun with Swift. Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
And all the way down to the 24-yard line.
That's good.
A huge play there on the screen pass. 41 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Buster screen.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Bears' 19-yard line.
Stafford going to give it to Swift. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards down to the 15.
Carrier.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels. 3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. Stafford on 1st down. The left side completion to Jones. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. 4 yards to go on 2nd down from the 7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line.
Someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
It's been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And the 13-year man puts it through, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to put...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked by the rookie, Jeff Okudah. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, why do you go out and spend a first-round pick on a defensive back? Plays like that, the rookie gets his first interception.
Exactly right, and you're trying to limit the number of plays and offense runs. You're trying to limit the number of possessions they have. And he was a guy that I targeted coming out of college and rated very highly for his playmaking skills on defense.
And now he has his first career interception. A good pickup there, 8 yards on a first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
The 16-yard line.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Pick six right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On first down, it's Stafford. And Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. Now a timeout signal for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A little jet sweep to start the drive. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Our man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Roquan Smith, the Bears' leading tackler last season, makes the stop.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stafford. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 28. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up
on 2nd and a couple. Stafford, a slant to Jones. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Lions.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. So now Stafford will bring up the Lions, and they'll go for 2. Here's Stafford. And it's incomplete, but a flag is down here, so hang on. Let's see what we've got. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Now Stafford will come up, try to get his guys a 2-point conversion. They'll try to run with Swift. They'll try and run for it with Johnson. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Bears 28, Lions 12.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Cole's going to lead the Bears to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 21. He'll drop to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver, and it's second down.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Well, I haven't met an NFL player yet that doesn't use criticism as an edge, and Jimmy Graham has heard that a number of people think he's near the end of his career. He didn't put up the numbers he should have put up in Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers. I think he's going to put a huge chip on his shoulder. Nice catch there. He wants to show flashes of that form that he exhibited early in his career with New Orleans and Seattle.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Lions will take over.
The Lions take over.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now a first down throw. Stafford. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
And now we're running here down to the 6-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Running it Swift. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
3rd and 2. Stafford. And he takes this one in for the Lions. Touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run. So much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. So trying to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you're trying to throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble of bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
1st and 10. At their own 27-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. The 3rd quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now? Those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again.
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
A 9-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Nice gain there by the 2nd-year runner out of Iowa State, David Montgomery, who often finishes his runs moving forward and knocking defenders back. He finished tied with Josh Jacobs for the most carries by a rookie last year. But what the Bears need from him, improve on his 3.7 yards per attempt. If he gets that up into the 4s, look out. He can control a game with his running.
4 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Jared Davis on the tackle.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those three guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Foles on target to Robinson for the Chicago first.
First down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
Now at Ford Field, it's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw, and that's incomplete.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turns into a nice play.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down.
It certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
The Lions take over 1st and 10.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. Slings one that's incomplete. DeAndre Swift, the intended receiver that time. But it's going to be 2nd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the rookie, Jalen Johnson. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Well, how about that? You use a high draft pick on this guy back in April, hoping he'll grow into a role as the season progresses. And now look at this, a pick 6 in his very first NFL game.
Sometimes the evaluation doesn't match what the kid brings to the table. He progressed quickly.
And he puts it through.
Bears 35, Lions 18. Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Stafford here coming off his pick 6. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
At the 27-yard line.
To throw is Stafford. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
37-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down. Stafford able to get this complete to Swift, his running back. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Buster Screen. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
10 at their own 1-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth-quarter lead. And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1-yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way.
2nd and 10 at the 1-yard line.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like it.
And in the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. We'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. To the air again, Stafford. Throwing deep for Galladay. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit.
46-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
For Kenny Galladay.
Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all that yardage. That would be a big play.
Stafford's pass
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
Throw incomplete as well. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. In on the tackle, Jalen Reeves-Maybin.
He was brought down.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now Foles. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
And the Bears first down.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Foles on the give to Montgomery. And he'll be taken down at the 34. It's Everson Griffin who made the tackle.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Chicago, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat.